It's tax season, everyone's favorite time of the year. Well, we can pretend anyway. But the good news is we have some tax saving tips for you as a business owner. So stick around and make sure you're saving as much money as you can on your taxes in this episode of The Jam. What is up? I'm Gordon from Marmalade.
And I'm Richie from Marmalade.
And what are we talking about today on The Jam, Richie?
We're talking about everybody's favorite topic. We're talking about tax preparation.
Yes! Oh, I've waited for this one so long.
Right. So the big holiday rush is over. Got through all those pesky holidays that distract you from the important things like taxes. You're cruising in the new year and then realize last year isn't totally over yet because tax time is coming up. Blah. You want to pay what you owe and not a penny more.
Yeah, and this is the time of year that you're really going to need to jump in and get organized, print all those things out that you got to print, whether you're using a CPA or you're using TurboTax or something like that to take care of your taxes yourself. There's a whole lot of organization you've got to put together. And so we've got some tips for you about things that you can plan for and possibly use as deductions to maximize the savings for you on your taxes.
Absolutely. So the purpose here is to jog that memory on some commonly missed deductible expenses. Now, of course, all of these won't apply to your situation. Also, we're not CPAs or lawyers, so not tax or legal advice for you and your situation. And that's what I want to give you, some stuff to discuss with your lawyer and or tax advisor.
The first thing to think about is subscriptions. Any kind of subscriptions that you're using for your business. Marmalade, for example, it would be a tax write-off for your business. And any other kind of services that you're subscribed to, whether it's file sharing or email service or anything like that that you're using for your shop.
Absolutely. Canva for design, Google Drive for cloud storage, antivirus on your computer, a password manager like LastPass. Really, anything on your business computer is something that's fair game. So number 2, your phone. You might not be taking all that many calls for your Etsy shop, but hey, maybe you are. Maybe you're talking to suppliers. Either way, I expect you're using it to conduct a lot of business. So whether it be Etsy messages or, checking on orders because those come through and everyone loves that cha-ching. Facebook, Instagram, whatever you're doing to promote, right? Or groups you're in, all of that stuff is business activity.
The third thing to keep in mind is any kind of educational expenses that you run into. And this doesn't have to be traditional expenses either for education. This could be courses that you've bought online, for example. Any kind of work that you're doing to further your own education, to build up your shop, right? That you're learning about marketing and advertising, all of that, research that you're doing and investing in yourself and in your shop can all be deducted on your taxes too.
Absolutely. And if you go to any conferences, do any travel there, again, deductible. Those are expenses for your business. Number 4. So cameras, memory card, printers, all of that stuff, all that equipment that you're going to use in your business, that's all deductible as well.
Yeah, any kind of office supplies, right? We're talking even pens and paper for your printer. I mean, there's all kinds of things that you have under that office supplies category.
I want to take a moment to thank you for tuning in to the Jam by Marmalade. Marmalade helps guide you to keywords that real Etsy shoppers are using, so you can get more sales doing what you love. Check out Marmalade in the link in the description or at marmalead.com.
Tip number 5, mileage on your vehicle. If you're driving back and forth to the post office to mail things for your shop, keep track of those miles. There's apps you can use that will help you do that, and I can't think of the one off the top of my head.
Mile IQ.
There you go, Mile IQ. It's super easy to use. You just run it on your phone and it'll prompt you. It'll say like, hey, this trip you just took, what was that for? And you can track whether it was, a personal thing or a charity thing or a business expense. And right there on your phone, you can keep track of where you're going and deduct any kind of mileage that you have on your vehicle for that.
Number 6, the home office deduction. Now, this is something that most business owners know something about, yet the internet is so full of information scaring them off that they don't use it. For whatever reason, the internet likes to say that if you don't do this, or even if you do it properly, that the IRS is going to show up with their notepad and do some sort of inspection of your house and make sure there's not a single personal item in your business space. As far as my CPA tells me, that's not true. A perfect example of something to speak with your CPA about, though, because you shouldn't be scared to take legal deductions, right? So see what your CPA has to say about it, but this is probably also a good thing to mention. Like, don't be afraid to talk to your CPA about these different things, right? Come to them with ideas. Be like, hey, I read about this. What do you think about this? And let them be that person for you, that advisor.
Yeah, and if if you're holding inventory at your house or you have a workspace somewhere at your house, your home office area could be a substantial part of your home. We've talked to sellers before who it's taken over almost entire sections of their home, and they've even moved to larger houses because they need more space. And so this is something you don't want to ignore. If you're using a significant portion of your house for work purposes, this is absolutely something to look into.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, think about it. It's a serious inconvenience. How would your neighbor feel if you were like, hey, I need some extra space. Can I just put these boxes in your living room? They'd be like, all right, let's talk money, right? Right? I mean, that's what it comes down to. It's like, hey, there's a real cost to that. So either put it in your living room or what does a storage cost? So it's a real thing. Number 7, P.O. boxes. So you might use a P.O. box as your business address instead of your home address. And if you are doing that, that is definitely a business expense, as well as the mileage to go to the post office to go check on that P.O. box.
So there you guys go. There's 7 extra things to be thinking about during this fun and exciting tax season that everybody loves so much. Hopefully these have helped at least jog your memory about things that you might have included on your taxes last year, or maybe they're things you hadn't considered or thought of before, and they're good things to look into. Like Richie said, talk to your CPA, check and see if there's a spot in TurboTax to fill these things in. It does a pretty good job of prompting you for some of these business expenses, but really good things to keep in mind. We'll have a full list over on our blog if you want to come back and reference those again later, and the link to that is in the description below. But enjoy taxes. Hopefully everything goes well for you this season, and we will see you guys next time on The Jam.